The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? #1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. #2 goal is win your division. #3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Garçon with his first grab, good enough for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Out of the gun. Goff. Flushed out right. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put Flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. And now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Zerline. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's McKinnon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A look up to the scoreboard as time has run out on this first quarter. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now McKinnon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are back within a score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Gould now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Goff on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Garoppolo looks to throw. Caught left side, Garcon. A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
To throw is Garoppolo. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. Now a first down throw. Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Goff. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Goff. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they throw. Interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. They're shoving his way inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharp. Inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Garoppolo, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. His throw incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that'll set him back 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. "15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Goff now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Goff flushed out right. Fighting through pressure. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Final shot before break here. Goff eluding the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Woods. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Rams now coming out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball ring free and brings up fourth down. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. An incomplete pass on. First down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. McKinnon. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Finding some room at midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense.
All right. Come on out.
Throwing on third. Goff. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4.
Here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say, defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Garoppolo. And this is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now he's got it. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there. And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll look to throw. And Stewart's running back complete. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got... Make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once. Doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Gone. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. All right, so the time... over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for L.A., the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to
spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Daddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? 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 One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a lazy, my posse deep and I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, that on my bacon. Big and flat in the blanket. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. The bell got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead president and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a pantyhose.
Over here, empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Hey. Okay. Pocket too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket too big, they sumo. 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 Tell me who the hottest that you know. If it ain't me, you Curry gets the flame calling Prince Zuko. Swimming through the money like a flounder. Hold up. I just want the knowledge and the power. Hold up. Why the looking at me sour? Eat it like chowder. Rada. Never gave a about a dollar. More money mean more problems. Pray for me to fall like autumn. Cause I got it on my own with no help, man. Gotta get it, that's it, in myself, man. You need a new hope. Deliver new. Giving out like Shaq at the free throw. Anybody wanna be ET? Man, y'all can't see me. Out of my league, you pee-wee. Pockets too big, Rakish. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pockets too big, they sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pocket too big, they sumo. Money doubles up like a duo. I just want the yen and the euro. The game up and leave my kids like judo. Money come around like a Hoover. Making free pants in the...
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment. Is ready. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On the counter, Gurley. And spins away, finding room at the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Goff again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down right around the 37. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 19. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The numbers for him from a week ago. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there they want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the gun, here's Gone. And it's caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden long opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
Let's spotlight Odell Beckham Jr., who had a 1,000-yard season his first year in the league, despite not playing a full season, and that announced his presence with authority. How about this? The former cover athlete from Madden NFL 16, he's done nothing but pile up 1,000-yard seasons since.
Green 39!
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Room to run past midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter. that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
So from the 39... They'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So a big 3rd down hookup here will take us to the break. 7-0 is our score. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Now a handoff for Gurley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now Gurley staying down. Well, let's hope he's all right. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it. But how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. 3-19. A 1st down carry for Barkley, finding some room at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Set. Green, 39. Green.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And Ingram holds it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, here's Goff. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Goff now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Escaping the pressure. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And who's got it? The Giants.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He dumps it off to Barkley. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll make it third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st down, it's gone. And his throw is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. A final shot before break here. Goff. Caught right side at Snead. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Bengals who were able to pick up the victory at home. 16-13, your final score. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Cameron Meredith, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right. right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll set up a throw, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Rumbling past the 30. And some room to maneuver. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, 81 yards. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Goff on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like whether they're running the ball. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Sanders. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. The last go around, obviously. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Gone. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Rams have got it back.
Holding defense.
So he was holding from that
Still
left.
first down.
Tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This is Gallman, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for him. Nice completion, excellent gain, Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Get the goal.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6". Inch target.
It is indeed. Quarterback. It's like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Goff. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But if these guys got to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Goff. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some time. Coverage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Goff. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Goff on 1st down. And an alley to run. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. Throwing on 3rd. Goff steps left. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I...
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making onto the field.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll begin with a run by Goldman. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Goldman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Out of the gun now on third down. He finds Humphreys. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now let's go. Green 19.
Gallman will run it. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Yeah, the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now let's go.
Here's Gallman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
I know we don't like to admit it. We like to appear to be on top of every situation, but there's no way we expected that. They have the lead, and they pull the fake.
Well, I hit you on your leg under the table because I couldn't believe they were doing that. You're right, lead fourth quarter, but I guess they wanted a bigger cushion.
I guess so, but I guess maybe that is the beauty of it because there's no way they could have expected on the other side of the ball as well. They have the lead. They expect them to go ahead and kick it.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for...
thicker the bag. Meet him a bite, now listen no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. Sandwiches eating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for it out, she don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane, asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. What we gon' that? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon'
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Jets. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And a solid run down inside the 30. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 21 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Here's Darnold now on second down. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now Montgomery. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Coleman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On the defensive side of the ball, the starters for Los Angeles. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. Well, we thought these two defenses... So out now come the Jets. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Santos. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now a throw, gone. Buying time to his left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now it's Gurley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll get themselves a little extra time here to think about what to do on foot. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Zerline's kick is good. And they will jump out in front.
Here we go.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Green 39.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Off of play action, Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
A first down throw, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. And he puts it through.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, here's Goff. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw on second down is gone. Eluding the pressure right. On the run. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. On 1st and 10, Goff letting one go deep for the end zone. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Santos. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. On second down, Darnold. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On second down, Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Santos. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To throw on second down is Darnold. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 5. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. To throw is Darnold. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now Gurley, handoff left. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they try the right side here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. We can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Coleman has it here right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Faking the give, Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to over.
The way in, touchdown, New York. Jordan Leggett, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Jets are able to strike for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. but a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he gets to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more two-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And now running right through it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Kill. Hold on. Check.
They run. It's Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Goff now looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And they'll run it here. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Goff now looking to throw. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he gets to it.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Jared Goff, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage.
Darnold on first down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On first down, Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Darnold now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now it's Darnold under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Carlos Dunlap in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here we go. 3-19.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Coleman. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's Abdullah, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Let's go! 319! 319!
Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd. See if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Flush to it's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. And
he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs and mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts, move the ball downfield to get your team in a position to win the game.
And a field goal, of course, no good. They need a score. Now Goff. Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Lorenzo Molden in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope you... No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock. Take care.